Very pleased to have with us the host of Gun Talk, Mr. Tom Gresham. Tom, how you doing, sir?
I'm still working on the idea of you with those hoop earrings, man. How are you?
Well, I think it's been a very busy week for both of us. Yeah, I mean, what's your take on what we have seen in Washington, D.C. and in state capitals around the country this week, Tom?
I've tried to explain to people. I said, look, it's a different vibe every day because there's a new thing happening every day between the Harrisburg gun show getting shut down with an incredible outpouring of support from the firearms industry and gun owners and the NRA. It was stunning. And, that may be one of the best. If you talk about want to send a message, talk about sending a message to Walmart, to retailers, to anybody else. Don't screw with us. We are united, and we will take action.
Absolutely. And, not even what I was really impressed by, Tom, were the number of vendors there at the Eastern Sports and Outdoor Show who were not in the firearms industry.
Right.
Who said, I'm out of here. You start messing with one of us, you're messing with all of us. I think it was Wolf Marine, had an exhibit of 30 boats that they were getting ready to set up. They pulled out.
Yeah, I mean, knife makers, people who are in archery business. And the thing is that a lot of them were small companies, and they base a lot of their income for the year. They count on that Harrisburg show. And I was encouraging people, look, figure out who has pulled out, and there are lists around on the web, and go to their websites and buy something and say, hey, appreciate what you did. I'm with you. We'll help you out. And so people are doing that.
Absolutely. I saw Bass Pro's actually opening up their Harrisburg shop February 2nd through the 10th for all of the nonprofits that had booth space at the Eastern Sports and Outdoor Show. They're saying, come on down, set up your tables here at Bass Pro, and let our customers hear what you have to say. So I got to tell you, I think we are seeing the attempt by the Obama administration to use this divide and conquer strategy. Senator Feinstein yesterday during her press conference, how many times did she try to say to hunters, we're not after you, we like you. It's those other gun owners that we don't like.
And woe be unto the fools who would believe that. This would be the same people who would believe them when they say, well, 10 rounds is actually the number we're going for, except that when you're in New York, then it's 7 rounds. And except when that doesn't work, we're going to go for a shorter number or a lower number. Then we're finally going to get to our real number, which is, oh, by the way, 0.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I got to applaud you, man. I was listening earlier when you were talking about the fact that gun control laws have a 100% record of failure. And to me, that's the message that people need to be hearing. I mean, we could talk rights and all that, and we will and we are, and it's good. But if you're trying to talk to the people in the middle, the big public out there, the simple message is tried and failed, asked and answered. Gun control, we have tried every form of gun control in this country, including confiscation. Nothing has ever reduced crime. It doesn't work. So why are we chasing this thing that we know doesn't work?
Well, exactly. Are we doing it because we have to, and the arguments I've heard, Tom, are, well, we have to send a message, and I'm not sure who we're sending a message to.
Yeah, the message is we're dumb. We're going to keep trying this stupid thing that doesn't work.
If it saves one life.
Except that it costs a lot more lives than it saves, yes.
And, it was pointed out to me earlier today that more people have died this month on the New York City subway system than were killed by individuals using rifles in New York State in all of last year. So if we're going to save one life, shut down the subways in New York City.
And I know you saw the stats that actually, literally in 2010, more people were struck by lightning. They were killed with rifles, and semi-autos are simply a subset of rifles. So you're literally more likely to be struck by lightning than to be shot and killed with a rifle.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It is. And I think that you're also, you are correct as well, Tom, that, look, we can talk about our rights, and our rights are important to us. But, again, the Obama administration is not going out there and trying to talk to you and me and trying to get us to change our mind. They're talking to the people in the middle, and that's who we need to be talking to as well. This is a public relations campaign on both sides.
Absolutely. And we, our side sometimes gets caught up in the idea of, well, we need to convince the anti-gunners that we're right. That's the wrong approach. We need to be talking to the 80% in the middle because they're the ones who make the difference. And it's just like I tell people about contacting Congress. And I'd love to we'll get into that if you have time, about this incredible tsunami that we have hit Congress with. And my point there is, I don't want to convince my congressman that I'm right. I just want to convince him that we will hurt him politically.
Well, absolutely. You know, I've been saying this quote by Milton Friedman quite a bit. He said, it's not about electing the right people to do the right things. He says that's great if you can do that, but what's more important is getting the wrong people to do the right thing. And the reason and the way you get the wrong people to do the right thing when you're talking about politicians is you say you're not going to get reelected if you do the wrong thing.
Look, you've been around long enough. You know that in D.C., nothing else matters. It's all power. Mm-hmm. It's not what's right. It's not what's wrong. It's not what feels good. It's simply power. Can you hurt me or can you help me? There is nothing. It's not like there's a second place at all. There's nothing else. That's all there is. It's strictly power. What can you do to me?
Absolutely, which again is why I think, again, no matter if you live in the reddest of red states, the most indigo of blue states, your legislators need to know that you're there. They need to hear from you. Because you know we know that organizing for action is going to be drumming up folks to send their letters and their emails to congressmen saying we want gun control. So honestly, your politicians at whatever level, from your state rep all the way up to your U.S. Senator, even Vice President Biden and President Obama, they need to know that we are out here.
You know, I've been asking people on the Gun Talk radio show to take what I call the pledge for Operation Gun Rights, and simply it's this. Once a week for the next, call it 12 weeks, whatever it's going to take, once a week you contact your 2 senators, your congressman, and anybody else you can contact. But make the pledge. You never let a week go by without it. And if we've got, and I think we do, have 1 million people a week doing that now, 1 million contacts into Congress a week, we are swamping them. They are facing a tsunami the likes of which they've never seen, but we have to keep it up because, you know, there's a little rope-a-dope going on here. The Democrats are now saying, well, you know, this is not going to pass. There's no chance of getting it passed, and they want us to back off, you know, kind of get lackadaisical about it. We can't let them do that.
No, absolutely. And listen, Tom, I will tell you right now, I will take your pledge, and I've already contacted my legislators this week, but for the next 12 weeks, I will continue to do so. I am happy to do it, and anything I can do to help you spread the word, you let me know.
Well, and works the other way. I love you talking about Stephen King. We're going to have Stephen Hunter.
Nice.
A Pulitzer Prize winner is going to be on Sunday writing about it. He's talking about his new book, and it is a winner. I just read his new Bob Lee Swagger book, and it's good. If you like guns and you like good writing, he's the guy.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, before we let you go, we got a little clip here of you that I wanted to share, if you don't mind.
Uh-oh.
Do we have this ready to go?
There was a time when we would buy bulk ammo. It was surplus, cans like this. Now you can get bulk ammo direct from manufacturers in cases like this, 1,000 rounds of .223. So why would you buy bulk ammo? Well, the obvious, of course, is you're going to shoot a lot. And with the advent of AR-15s, and everybody likes to shoot those, you go through a lot of ammo in a hurry. But also, you can save a lot of money by buying bulk ammo. And you know what? If you can't buy a whole case yourself, you can go in with a buddy, and you guys can share the cost. But if you're buying bulk ammo, you need to think about how you're going to store it. The great part is ammo stores very well. Essentially, if you're comfortable there, the ammo's comfortable. Not too hot and not too wet. If you keep it in an air-conditioned place, like in your home, everything's fine. The ammo will last decades at least. So consider buying bulk ammo. You can save a lot of money.
Now, Senator Feinstein and the other gun control advocates, Tom, hate you for that. Because we heard them
gun owners are saying, where'd you find all that ammo?
But, we heard this yesterday. Why does anybody need to buy 1,000 rounds at a time? Why does anybody need to do this? Why does anybody need to have? Why does anybody need, Tom?
Next they're going to say, well, look, we need to see your religion permit and your free speech permit. And look, I know, just so those people get it, I know a number of people who shoot 1,000 rounds a week, and I know of some people who shoot 1,000 rounds a day in their regular practice. Of course, some of them, that's their business, but some are getting ready to go to the Olympics again. 1,000 rounds a week is actually not a lot of ammo for a lot of us.
No, it's not. I had a law enforcement officer tell me, he's like, look, I go through 15 rounds just before I qualify.
Yeah.
You know, you're telling me I can't do my job. You're telling me that you're going to put me at risk by saying that I can't order this ammunition.
Well, look, why does anybody need a full capacity magazine to protect Dianne Feinstein? I think they should all have revolvers.
You know, if it's good enough for the rest of us, Tom.
There you go. And besides, if it saves only one life, Cam.
There you go. Tom, thank you so much, sir, for coming on the program. Always a pleasure, and let's do it again soon.
Anytime.
Tom Gresham, host of Gun Talk, which you can hear everywhere. I mean, really, if it's not on every a radio station in America this weekend, it's on hundreds of them. So be sure to go to guntalk.com, check your local listings, and you can find the radio station or two or three near you that is running the show.